This podcast is a proud member of the UUOP network.
This is episode 596 of the unofficial Universal Orlando podcast for January the 30th, 2024. Hello everyone, welcome to the show. I'm your host Tracy. Can't do this by myself, of course. With me I have Lee.
Hello everyone.
And I have Michelle.
Hi.
And we're still no Chris.
He's still in need of some TLC.
He's still broken.
Yes. So
Is anybody hungry? Because it's not a good episode if you're hungry.
I'm starving.
I'm starving.
We shouldn't be doing this, to be fair.
I'm always double starving though, because now we've got all of this, and there's my other show, which if you are not listening to, people, I want to know why. Because get out there and get listening to The Taste of Universal. It is the best show that is out there, by far.
Be a new one out in about a week's time.
There will be.
This. Tracy's not on it though.
I'm not, because I'm here. But yeah, talking all about food, the good stuff.
Well, that's
what we
why.
want to get our teeth into.
That's why you're hosting this one.
Yes. But yeah, go give it a listen.
And what date does your podcast drop every month?
It comes out on the 8th of the month.
I love that. I love that Russia Fear comes out on the 13th, which is the best date ever. And then it was that inspired us to go with the 8th.
Yes.
That's so good.
Yes. Funny. So yeah, go just do me a little favour. As mates, just between us, go give us a little listen. Leave us a little review, actually. That would really help.
Yeah,
a nice review, of course, obviously. So, right, shameless plug over. Might do another one later. I don't know. Okay, so let's crack on with this one. This show, we're going to be ranking the non-chain restaurants at CityWalk, so all the sit-downs, excluding Bubblegum, Margaritaville and Hard Rock. That means we are ranking Antojito's, BigFire, Bob Marley's, Cowfish, NBC, Pat O'Brien's, Toothsome and Vivo. We've each ranked them and sent them to Lee, and he came up with a collective ranking. So, the list we're going to go through is the hosts 8 to 1, and then we discuss each and let you know where we actually had them on our lists.
And of course, Chris would be telling us where he had his on his list if he was here, but he's not, so I've got his list.
Yes.
I'm disappointed he's not here. I don't like doing these with just the three of us, but here we are.
That's okay. And technically, Pat O'Brien's, I guess I wouldn't call it a chain restaurant, but there is another location.
Well, there is for Cowfish as well, but I was kind of taking out the major chain restaurants.
Yeah, exactly.
Really, no one was going to have Hard Rock, Bubba Gump, or Margaritaville, probably anywhere near their top 8 on that list, realistically.
Right.
So,
I just wanted to preemptively say that before somebody tries to call us out on that, because they will.
Yeah. Well, I know Cowfish has like 2 or 3 others around as well, so...
Okay. So, number 8 is Bob Marley's.
So it's too bad Chris isn't here, because I know Bob Marley's, he likes Bob Marley's. He goes there a lot.
Does he? I've never
From what I've heard, he loves it.
I've never heard him talk about it. Or at least not in my memory.
Yes, he has. 100% he has talked about going to Bob Marley's.
Okay.
That being said, where did he have it on his list?
Chris had Bob Marley at number 5.
Okay, yeah. Okay. So yeah, he's gone to Bob Marley's quite a few times. I've never tried it, but I do like Jamaican food.
Mm-hmm. Same.
So I would think that I like it, but the reason I haven't tried it yet is because the people I usually have in my party with me would not like it, or claim that they would not like it, so we haven't gone.
That's a shame.
Well, we've never been either.
No, and I would like to go. I have mentioned it before.
I'd heard really bad things about it.
What do we always say, though? You have to try it for yourself.
I know we do, and I don't know, I think because it's kind of out of the way, the entrance is kind of nondescript. It's one of them it's like the only reason we've only ever been to Pat O'Brien's once.
And it was lovely.
We'll get there, but... yeah, it's not somewhere that we tend to gravitate towards if we're going to pick somewhere.
But really, it's not that far from the upstairs entrance to Cowfish.
Well, it isn't. It's literally next door to Pat O'Brien's.
Exactly, so it's not. They're just excuses.
But it is a very understated entrance.
Mm-hmm. Very.
Yeah.
As is Pat O'Brien's,
Yeah.
to be
Yes.
honest.
Because the kind of that upstairs section, like where the escape room is, and that it's unless you're going to the escape room or you're kind of going that way, you tend not to go there.
Yeah, nobody cuts through or anything like that.
It's like where Bend the Bow is, that area there. You're not going to happen on it.
No.
It's such a weird area there.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So that being said, I've got
I
it at
agree.
number 8.
Same. But because I haven't been.
Purely because we haven't been, and
Yeah.
that made me look at it and go, well, there's a reason for me why we haven't been, and that's why I put it at number 8. I suppose we should try
We
it.
should try it, yes.
The menu looks wonderful
Mhm.
to me. So I would like to go. I just have not.
Okay.
But we need to put that on our list of things to do next time you guys are
I
in
agree.
town.
So
Yes.
the one person on the podcast that's been isn't here.
No.
I've never had Jamaican food. It's a lot of rice and beans, I guess, is it?
And
Jerk
yummy
chicken and stuff.
seasonings.
You'd think that Lee never eats in this house. It's been a while since I've cooked Jamaican food, but I have cooked Jamaican food.
So what sort of stuff are we talking? Because I've never
Like
even
you
looked at the
said.
menu, to be fair.
It was actually jerk chicken.
Oh yeah, jerk seasoning is so good.
Yeah.
Reggae sauce.
A little bit,
A little bit of sauce.
a little bit sweet and spicy
Okay.
combined. Yeah.
I think, to be honest, I remember Darren talking about it on the podcast years and years and years ago and saying he had a horrendous experience there. And I think that's probably sullied my view of ever wanting to go there, to be fair.
Cowfish.
I know,
Let's learn
I
from
know,
Cowfish.
I know.
Yeah. We'll
But-
put it on our list on our
Exactly.
day of doing things we've never done before.
Well, there's an episode coming up about that soon.
And you watch
so
tomorrow, they're going to announce its closure.
Probably. We will have a list. I'm determined over the course of 3 episodes, we're going to go through CityWalk, Islands and Studios and have a list of everything that we haven't done, and then have a collective
yay.
list of things that all 4 of us haven't done, and the next time we're there together, we will do those things. It could be quite
I
interesting.
love lists.
You like
Okay.
lists?
I love
don't
lists.
you?
I do like lists. I have a list of lists.
You probably do.
I do.
This
Right.
one's a shock.
Yeah, number 7. BigFire. Interesting.
Michelle, have you been?
Nope.
So the
And
question.
let me.
So why? Why have you not been to BigFire?
Yeah, I was gonna say. Let me tell you why. I have wanted to, and I have actually had reservations to it several times, but I end up canceling it for 2 reasons. One is the price
It
is pretty
pricey.
high,
It
and
is.
it does not have a very extensive menu, so there's not really a lot of a lot of variety. And the thing, like, there's only like 1 or 2 things on there that I would like,
Okay.
and fairly expensive things, like the steak or a really good steak.
Yeah.
And again, it's about my party. So when I've got other people with me, my children, who I have to pay for, and I know they're not going to really, really like love the food, that's a lot of money to pay for
Yeah.
when you're not going to love it. So that's really the biggest thing. And I really honestly have not heard a lot of great things about it. I had it number 8, mainly because of the lack of variety on the menu and the price. It's just a lot of money to pay for something I'm not like really jonesing for.
Yes.
Yeah, it is expensive.
It is expensive.
Yeah. First meal we had was excellent. I think
Yeah.
a lot comes down to company and our server.
Company and server, definitely, and where we were sat as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
So the first time we went with Stuart and his wife,
Mhm.
and we got sat upstairs. We had a view out over the restaurant. It was a great place. Our server, Andrew, was
Phenomenal.
one of the best servers we've ever had, honestly.
Yeah.
But the food, how was that?
See, it was the weekender trip, so my stomach wasn't great.
Your
so,
stomach is never great
No,
when
it
we go
hasn't
there.
been for a long time. But I enjoyed what I had,
I had a chicken salad,
which
which was really good.
yeah. Because you were like, kind of like, I need something to cleanse my palate. I'm sick of eating theme park crap.
Yeah. And I really enjoyed that.
Didn't we have the hearth bread as well with the
Yes.
they do like, I can't remember what the dip is with it. It's like Toothsome. It's the BigFire version of Toothsome's chocolate almond bread. They do like a
It was an artichoke. And
yes,
something
it was.
dipped.
You're right,
Yeah.
with the hearth oven bread.
Oh,
That was
so
amazing.
good. Yeah.
Um,
And then last time we went with the DeGenovas.
So because we had Harley with us, they chucked us out in the little greenhouse thing on
In
the
the
side,
tent.
and we were the only ones there when we went in, which kind of annoyed me a little bit.
I was shoved right in the corner, and it was just like,
Our server was quite snotty.
oh, she was.
How do you know it was because of Harley? Maybe they don't like British people.
Well, we were in there with Irish people the first time, and they chucked us upstairs. So
and when we walked
I'm
in,
just teasing.
it was the Americans that spoke.
yeah,
Mm.
but the food wasn't
teasing.
great. I had a burger. It wasn't
don't remember
the
what I
best.
had.
I don't remember what you had. They got a
Chicken, I
lot of
believe.
sides and stuff, didn't they?
Thing is, I would like to go back now that I do actually eat steak.
Yeah.
I would like to go and try the steak.
It's not that I wouldn't go back.
There's other places I prefer now.
Exactly.
And I understand it from your point of view, Michelle. It is one of those places where if you're not really into steak and that type of stuff, or you've got someone with you who isn't, there isn't a lot for them there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like for us,
Not at all.
if we were taking our youngest, they'd be eating the smashed potatoes and that was it. So we probably wouldn't go purely because if you're vegetarian, then it's not somewhere you're going to go. You don't eat steak, you don't eat fish. There's nothing there for you, really.
Yeah.
There's better options. If you've got a party of people who have very different tastes, there's better places at CityWalk for you to go.
Yeah.
If I had Nancy with me, which I wish I did, but she never goes. She really loves fish, so I would probably take her there and enjoy a meal. But nobody else in my family likes fish, including myself. So it's, I don't know, just the menu just doesn't call to me. But I do want to try it.
Yeah,
Just to say that I have.
Of
Where
course.
did Chris have it on his list?
Chris had it at number 7.
Okay.
Where did you have it?
I had it at number 7 as well,
I
actually.
had it number 3.
Number 3?
Yeah.
Ooh. Wow.
That high?
That was how I was feeling that day, apparently.
Apparently so.
Yeah.
Okay.
She was craving that bread that day.
I mean,
It was
the
good.
food, the food wasn't as good second time around, but it was still good food.
It was, yeah.
You know, so.
The place is, I love the place. The atmosphere is great.
Yeah.
It really stands out in CityWalk, like that glass building. I mean, we sat in the bar, didn't we? Who were we with? Oh, and was it when we met up with Andrew before we went to Cowfish with Chris and Alexa in 2022 when we had the kids with us? Didn't they go in the bar and we went and stood with them for a little bit in the bar out the back?
Yes, we did.
Yeah, so it's one of them that you don't even necessarily need to be eating. You can go and use the bar, and yeah, it's not that. I mean, I know Cowfish. We'll probably get onto there, but it's not a Cowfish experience where it's been that bad that I probably won't touch it again for 10 years.
No. However, their old fashions are excellent.
Yeah,
I do need to say that.
they do one with a Pappy Van Winkle, like a Pappy Van Winkle that's about $150 a glass.
Oh, I'll try one of them next time.
So you want to talk about expensive, Michelle? There you go.
Wow.
No, thank you.
That's excessive. Okay, so 6 and 5 are technically joined 5. So we will
I
start.
have put them in an order because I felt
Yeah.
like one had more higher up points than the other one.
So we'll go with 6 first then, which is Pat O'Brien's.
Okay, Pat O'Brien's, as I said earlier, we've only been once.
Yeah, I'll just say 6 is exactly where it was on my ranking.
You had it at number 6.
Yeah.
Chris had it at number 7.
Mm.
No, hang on. I said Chris had BigFire at 7, didn't I?
Yeah.
He didn't. He
Yeah.
had it at 6. He had
Okay.
Pat O'Brien's at 7, sorry.
Okay.
I had Pat O'Brien's at 5.
Okay. And I have it at 3.
Okay.
Wow. I said
I really love Pat O'Brien's.
we went once
It's a long
back
time
in
ago.
2013,
Mhm.
and honestly, it was fantastic. We had such a good night there.
Yeah.
We got sat out in the back patio with like the
Courtyard,
fire
yeah.
thing on. It was just a really nice night. There was us and the kids and a friend, Eric, who, if you've been listening to the show for a long time, you'll know who Eric is. He used to be on a long time ago. Tracy was
Go on, tell a lie.
7 sheets to the wind after
No, I
a massive
wasn't.
hurricane.
I drank a hurricane. I didn't even finish the hurricane because I had to have it put into a cup so we could leave. That's how much I drank. Every time he says I was
I never
not.
said that. I said you were 3 sheets to the wind.
That's
The
same thing,
hurricane is
dickhead.
massive.
It's
It was
not,
big.
and I was not
Tastes very
drunk.
good.
It does. He
Um,
tells these lies all the time.
I think I had. I want to
Hush
say the
puppies.
no. I had the
you
shrimp
had a poor boy.
boy.
Yeah, you had a poor boy.
It was good. I don't know why we've never gone back. Again, I
I've
think
suggested it.
since we went there, CityWalk has changed a lot, and they've added in pretty much everything else we're going to talk about. So when we've gone and had to try the new ones, but it was really good.
I can't remember
Yeah.
what I had. Burger, I think.
love it. It's a very like intimate
Mm-hmm.
restaurant, kind of hole in the wall. I went and was set right next to the piano, which if you aren't, I mean, it could be loud for some people.
Yeah.
But we loved it. We kept feeding him song requests.
Awesome.
Yeah, so good. It was so fun. The whole like room was singing along and having fun together, laughing. The food was so freaking good. Like we had, I had the jambalaya, but I had it without shrimp because I'm allergic. So I got it like just chicken jambalaya. And there was some appetizer we had that was so freaking good. I don't remember what it was now off the top of my head. And then we had the beignets for dessert. Oh, so freaking good. I love Pat O'Brien's.
I'm still going to say it. Beignets are just a waste of time.
I think we had Duff beignets.
No, because I think I shared some ones at Mardi Gras when we were there in 2020. They're a waste of space. They're just farts covered in pastry with powdered sugar on it. They're just pointless. They're pointless.
That's why they're so yummy, because they're so light and you can eat a lot of them because there's like nothing to them.
Exactly. Then what's the point?
Give me a donut.
Because it tastes good.
They don't.
No, I was tasting like powdered cardboard.
They're a waste of time. We got ours from, we've told this story a million times from the Port Orleans French Quarter, and we got told by the head chef that, there's people come from all over the country to get theirs fresh, and we got ours, and I was like...
We also got ours free because I'd made a complaint about a snotty
so they were
server.
freshly baked as well.
Yeah.
The kids, we sat in the back of the rental car eating them. The kids looked like crack whores in the back of the car. It was hilarious, but I just don't see the point in them.
Oh, I don't know, but I love Pat O'Brien, so it still sits at number 3 for me for sure.
Yeah, it's somewhere I'm actually. Next time we go, it's somewhere I think we should definitely go. It's just again, like I said, it's one of those that it's out of the way. It's not on the main thoroughfare, so you've got to. It's out of sight, out of mind.
It's
I think
not that
a lot
far
of the
though.
time.
The footprint's not that big.
It isn't, but you know what I mean, though. When you're looking, you look through that main strip coming through CityWalk, you can see everything. That you can't. It's out the way.
It's on the other side of Bread Box and all of those.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I love it so much that I would love to try to rent out Pat O'Brien's just for a weekender with our group and have our own piano player.
That would be cool.
We have the patio outside and the inside.
It would be
like
really
our
nice.
crew.
Yeah.
good luck
would
with
be
that.
perfect for that.
Yeah, we know how that's going to go, though, don't we?
Perfectly. That's how it's going.
I mean, it would go if we get it, but yeah, we know it's going to anyway.
Let's just double
If
the
we pay
price
for it.
automatically.
Yeah,
But everybody's got to be willing to pay the price for it. So.
exactly.
But it's so good. Yep.
Yeah. Okay, number 5, the joint 5. We have NBC,
Interesting.
which I had at number 4.
Chris had this at number 8.
Wow.
I had it at number 5.
I had this at number 4.
I like NBC. I like the atmosphere. I like it. It has a completely different vibe to everywhere else, with it being like a sports bar.
Very much.
And I like that it's a lot more casual. And I like the fact the sport's playing. Wasn't very happy when we went out for the last time we were there, though, because the match I wanted to see in the World Cup was on, and I couldn't be rude and watch the match, and it killed me.
So we were in there for the England game. The England game was on.
Yeah, but who were they playing?
Wales.
Is that what they were playing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I was talking to a Welsh couple in the corner
Yeah.
when we beat them 3-0.
And it was just, it was crazy. Good experience we've had, like just sitting at the bar where there was a flight. I've told this story before, a flight of IPA that I ordered, and they were out of the IPAs, but I didn't want anything heavier. And the girl behind the bar was amazing. She went, "Do you trust me? I will put you together a flight." And she went upstairs and got me beers from the bar upstairs. And she put together an IPA flight for me. And
This one we were with the
Well, that's
popcorn
cool.
doctor.
and they were really good. I do like an IPA.
I think we've eaten in there
But-
twice and sat at the bar for drinks once.
First time I only had a burger. We were downstairs, and then I had the
Yeah, I don't
blue
remember.
cheese mac and the blue cheese mac and cheese.
burger?
That sounds good.
Just mac. I don't
It was
remember.
it was mac and cheese. I discovered then I don't like blue cheese.
I do. That
I
sounds
think I
wonderful.
had a chicken sandwich when we were there last. It was good.
The food's good. I think it's really good value for
Yeah.
money as well.
It is. This is one of those places where it has a whole range of prices, a whole range of options, a really large menu. It's a good place to go when you've got a whole all different palettes in your party, because there's really something for everybody.
Yes. And you mentioned really large. I really want that pretzel.
Yes.
Listen, Audrey and I go there just for the pretzel quite
Really?
often.
Okay. Does it come with cheese sauce?
It comes with cheese sauce and the mustard
Oh,
sauce stuff.
I feel like it's one of those things that you just have to go just for that, though. You couldn't get a meal there if you were getting that.
So I feel pretzel and a stack of onion rings and beer. Perfect.
I know there's an issue with, because I know talking to your other co-host, Shelby, there's only one vegetarian vegan option.
Yeah.
She said it's one of the best ones on property, but there is only that one option there.
I do wish they'd expand that, because they were doing well, and then they started to take them off.
Well, I think that, like I say, the NBC is one of those. It's funny how we've took Hard Rock off the list, because it's kind of a similar place to that. It's one of those, like you said, Michelle. If you've got people that don't want to go to BigFire, I suppose NBC's kind of that equivalent, isn't it? Where if you're a big meat eater, you could get like a decent burger or something like that there. But then there's stuff for other people in your party who are maybe a little bit fussier, who don't like fish or burgers. It's just one of those places that you go hang out with your friends, have a beer, eat some food, watch some sports on the telly, and just hang out. It's cool. Like the tables are made out of the foosball tables or a ping pong table, stuff like that. It's exactly what you said. It's very different, apart from maybe Hard Rock, but Hard Rock, we all, you know what I mean? It is different. So everything else we've got on the list, it's different from everything else.
It doesn't feel like you're in a theme park restaurant. No. It feels like you're just somewhere out the city.
Some great.
And actually, my first memory of NBC was the day Hagrid's opened, and we all know that I was there that day and waited in line for 8 hours, and that's when I met Maddie, among other people. And I was so hungry. I just wanted to go back to my hotel when I got done riding that ride after 8 hours in line. And I was like, but I got to eat something. So I, by myself, went into NBC Grill, never tried it before, sat down by myself, and I ordered the steak. I was like, I am hungry. I am hungry as hell. Give me the steak and baked potatoes. And I drank some kind of liquor drink too, and downed a bunch of water, and went back to the hotel and slept the rest of the night after that. But that'll always be my memory of after riding Hagrid's, was me by myself and NBC Grill.
Because our story leads into our Cowfish story, because this is where we were supposed to be eating dinner with Darren and Nina, but it doesn't open till 4 o'clock.
Oh, that's correct. Yes.
And we ended up at Cowfish instead.
Yes.
So when we did go back here, there was me, you, the two kids, Darren, Nina, and Jessie, if I remember rightly. It's one of those, it's just a nice, it's probably on this list, number 4 is about where it deserves to be fair. No, it's number 4 on my list. Sorry, 5.
Yeah, 5.
It's about where it deserves to be on this list. It's
I agree.
just a good option. If you
a good middle of the road option.
It's a good standby option. Like, it's always a good option for whoever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you need that in in CityWalk, something like that. It doesn't all need to be sort of niche, like a Mexican place or a steak place or
novelty things. Sometimes you just need staples.
Yeah.
So okay. I don't know about you. I am absolutely starving.
You are,
I'm not
though.
even
That's
kidding.
the thing.
I am
She's not kidding.
starving.
Dude, I'm so starving.
Oh, right. Let's take an ad break so I can try and persuade Lee to go and cook me something very quickly. And we'll be back in a second.
Man, we need a vacation.
Oh, I got this.
Whoa, that's awesome. But I was thinking something a little more adventurous.
Okay, how about this?
Yes!
And how about some relaxation from Mama?
Oh, perfect. How did you do that?
Easy. Portkey Vacations.
For your next vacation, let Portkey Vacations take away all the guesswork and stress of planning. From air and hotel to theme park tickets and everything else in between, they've got you covered. Just visit PortkeyVacations.com and touch the Portkey to get started with your free, no-obligation quote request. With just one touch, and Portkey Vacations will magically take you wherever you want to go.
Welcome back. Lee didn't cook me anything. He's so mean.
So terrible.
I know it's terrible.
Thank you.
You didn't
by
cook
the
me
way.
anything either.
No.
If I had the option, I would. I couldn't.
Okay, let's continue on with our list of our top 8 restaurants on CityWalk. In at number 4, we have Antojito's.
Interesting.
Yes.
Chris,
That's exactly where I had it on my list.
okay, Chris had this at number 3.
I did
I could do that with him.
I did number 5.
I had it at number 6. Sorry,
Oh.
Nicole, if you're listening.
You're not a Mexican food fan?
I love Mexican
were.
food. Our last couple of experiences haven't been stellar, and that could potentially be down to the choices we made the last time we went. Probably choices, because you got the...
I asked questions though and still ended up with stuff I didn't. The thing is, the first time I went was
what you got.
amazing. The next time I went was
good.
less amazing. And it just seems to be getting incrementally worse every time we go.
To be fair, our first experience of Antojitos, there was 13 of us.
Yeah.
So we had, where there was, you...
It was party central.
me, Gregory and Laura and Travis and Andy and Sam and
Darren, Nina.
and Hunter and Kim.
Yeah.
That's how long
And the
ago we're
kids
going.
and-
Yeah, so it was a big group of us, and they stuck us right in the middle, and it was 13 of us pushing tables together. It wasn't a hassle. The servers were amazing.
yeah.
They did Tracy had organised a little birthday thing for me because we were all together.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like you say, I don't know whether it's our choices or whether it has got worse or not. I don't know.
The second time I went was with Lon and Kieran and Pippa,
Yeah.
who were literally just off the flight, jet lagged to hell.
It's very loud. The one thing that puts me off, it's
that was
very
Andy.
loud.
That was last time because we were right next to the kitchen, and but the thing was, our table seemed to be set in the middle of the walkway, so we had the servers just walking past us with trays going over our heads all the time, and I felt like we were in the way.
I had Nicole, our friend who used to work there, who was off that night, messaging the servers to get them to come over and say hi.
Yeah.
She was trying to organise something for us, but it never worked out. Yeah.
They took my favourite thing off the menu, the flouters.
Yes.
And that's what I asked for, something that was similar, and I ended up with these 3 dishes. One of them
I can't
was
remember what they were
inedible.
called.
And it wasn't anything like flouters. So
I can't remember what I got now. I think I got the chimichanga. It wasn't great. I've had better chimichangas at what's it called? The place?
Chiquitos.
Yeah, over here.
And that's bad.
It's all right.
I thought it's hit or miss for me, the menu items. Their nachos, especially the carnitas nachos, are banging. They are so
Okay.
good. I always get sides of plantains and black beans. Audrey and I could go and just eat those 3 items and be crazy happy. That's actually the first thing that we did the first time I took Audrey to Halloween Horror Nights, is we stopped and ate at the bar there and ordered that and went and did her first Halloween Horror
Okay.
Nights. So
That's a good
special
idea.
memory. Yeah. But yeah, there's a couple of tricks. I don't like sitting out in the middle either. Like you said, I feel like you're in the way.
Yeah.
So I do like to try to request to be either in a booth or just over along the walls or something a little more out of the way. And if you're there when a band is playing, it can get very loud.
Very,
but if you
But it's fun.
like that atmosphere, it's fun.
Yeah.
I love the mariachi band.
The doll heads on the way to the bathroom.
Oh, they're the
creepy.
creepiest
best.
things, but I
The
love them.
best.
No, it's the best. I tell
I love
everybody.
it. Yeah.
You got. I think it's even in my tip sheet for Universal. If you go to Antojitos, go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, we would have probably been happy just eating the tableside
Guacamole.
No, so we're not guacamole people, and I think that's the thing
it's avocado, isn't it?
because everyone raves about the tableside guac at Antojitos, and we've never had
so
it.
good.
That's
So I
just
need to go
me,
with
really.
a group of people where I
Yeah.
can get to experience it because I don't mind it. I'm not a
I'm
huge
okay
fan.
with a tiny
Yeah.
amount, but
So we need to go as a group so we can get to experience that. No, the tableside tortillas, you know, the little tortilla chips that they bring out. We were just troughing on them for like we nearly finished
Were you?
we nearly finished the entire bowl, and it's like, can we get some more? Because I could have just
Yeah,
sat
they were
and
really
ate
good.
them.
They make them in house.
yes,
Yeah,
they were
so
still
good.
warm.
It's just
Yeah. And if it's warm enough weather, it's nice to sit out on the patio too. Like you feel it changes the atmosphere 100%. If you don't like that
Okay.
busy, loud,
because when
ambiance you get
That's what we
inside.
saw
we
Nicole.
went to see Nicole, she was serving one of the outside because I think they were having a bit of an issue, weren't they? Yeah, I don't. Like I say, after my first experience, this would have been top 2.
Oh yeah,
And then it's just kind of gone down a little bit over recently because I think I had the burrito El Revolucionario the first time. I must admit, I spent most of the night on the toilet after that. So
you do after every meal over there.
yeah, we were doing the kitchen challenge at the Hard Rock the next day as well, which wasn't good.
Oh,
Yeah.
Lord.
Or maybe it was good. Well, it didn't. I didn't win it, so it wasn't good. It didn't help, did it? It was good, and we got sat in one of the booths when we were there with Kieran and Pippa, which was nice. It was decent, and then our server Stephen, I think he was called. He was really good.
Yes.
But it's just, I don't know. I think it's one of those. It is a bit too loud, like all the time,
Yeah.
to kind of have. It's not somewhere you can go and have like an intimate.
No.
If you're meeting with
No.
friends and want conversation, that's not the restaurant to go to.
No. It was, the sound for me is a little overwhelming.
Which I can understand with ADHD. I'm
Yeah.
surprised Chris likes it as much as he does.
Alcohol probably helps.
Probably.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, that's a very common atmosphere in South Florida. So
Okay.
He's probably
lots
used
of
to it.
restaurants are like that.
Yeah.
Lots of everywhere you go in South Florida is like
I
that.
see.
Okay.
Okay. Right. Let's move on to number 3. We have Toothsome,
Okay.
which I had at number 7.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know.
Would you have it at Lee?
I had this. This was tough for me because this was fighting with another one. I've got this at number 2.
Okay. Why did you have it so low, Tracy?
Don't like chocolate. I find the menu very limited for me.
What did you have when we went for the weekender?
The quiche again.
Again, I mean, there you go.
You know,
There's lots of things on there that don't have chocolate.
I had a flatbread that didn't have
But I guess
chocolate.
if you're also not liking meat either.
I mean, the pork that I had the first time we met Lauren,
Yes.
that was really good. But didn't we reduce the menu or something for our lunch?
Michelle,
And I
you
think-
pared it
Yeah,
down.
we did.
didn't
Yeah,
you?
and the quiche was the only thing on the menu that I would
Okay.
eat. And I can't do, because of the lactose, I can't do the shakes.
Well,
And I
you're
don't
not
do
missing anything
chocolate.
there.
And I would really
One.
like to try it.
Did you not try either of mine off our youngest's?
I don't know, I maybe had a sip. But I would like to try one that I want, but I
Yeah.
can't because
Because they're
they
all
only,
milk based.
they only do one that's with oat milk, which really
and it's vanilla.
I have no idea. Yeah, I mean, whoa,
Yeah.
go all out, give us all the flavour.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, seriously, I don't understand.
No, and I had a conversation with Lauren about it actually.
You know, it makes absolutely no difference. But
They have
anyway,
a Waldorf salad there that is to die for.
salad.
They it's Waldorf. I mean,
Yeah, but-
it's really good. It's got lots of stuff in it.
Yeah, that's the problem. If it has tomato, pepper,
No,
cucumbers, anything like that, I can't eat it because of the like the heartburn and stuff like that.
it doesn't have that kind of stuff. A Waldorf salad is like
It's walnuts,
apples
isn't it?
and I think it had walnuts in it. It's sweeter salad. That's really good, and I get the
Dessert
meatloaf
salad.
quite often.
The what was that last bit?
Meatloaf.
Okay.
Meatloaf.
I didn't know that was on there. I do like a meatloaf.
It's so good. It's like a brisket meatloaf. It's really good.
I like it if I make it.
No, we used to get that meatloaf from 50s Primetime, which was phenomenal.
I always get the chicken from there.
We got like the sampler to do the meatloaf, the chicken, and something else. It was really good.
I mean, the atmosphere is great. I'm very happy to go with people. If I was choosing, it wouldn't be my choice. You know, I've had some great interactions in there. The place looks amazing.
You had fantastic interaction with Jacques and Penelope the time we went with the kids.
Oh, and when we did our weekender meal. Yeah. So good.
It's just for me, I find the menu restrictive.
Okay. So this was a Cowfish situation again for me. Because the first time we went, it was horrendous.
It was awful.
So there was me, you, Darren, Nina, Chris, Alexa, our youngest, Michelle. Is that it?
I don't remember.
Mardi Gras 2020. We went on the Friday. That day it was freezing cold.
Who did you say?
Who else was with us?
The three of us. Me, you, and our youngest, and then Michelle, and Darren and Nina, and Chris and Alexa.
Oh, I had Chrissa too with me.
Yes.
Yeah, I was going to say it had to be an odd number because we had the head of the table.
And it was like Darren sent his back because his bun was stale. You tried to get a coffee and
he was so rude about that.
I remember that, yeah. That was a bad time.
It wasn't great.
And we had it was cold that day.
It was freezing.
And
it was
we
the
had
Friday.
that draft coming right up the stairs and just right along our table.
I mean, I was in a foul mood that day as it was.
However, I will thank Chris and Alexa for introducing me to...
Yes.
I forgot what they're called.
Touchos.
Holy crap.
Yes.
Why are they not a thing here?
So when we went with the kids in 2020, we got Touchos for the oh my God, they are so good.
I told you. Yeah.
But like the chocolate almond bread's their signature dish, and I was like, the first time I had it, I was I think you led me too much because I was like, ugh. And then we had it at the weekender, and I ended up finishing ours off because I was like, it's so good. It really is.
It looks so appetizing. It comes out looking like a turd.
It does look like a dog turd, but it's so good.
It's so freaking good.
It really
I sometimes pick it up to go just back to my hotel. So good. And then there's another appetizer that I really love. It's the brie cheese. It's like a baked brie.
Okay.
And it comes with different croutons and different types of breads to dip it in some kind of like different jellies, like fruit compote, like delis. So good.
I mean, when we got spoiled when we were there in our Horror Nights trip, because we got talking to Lauren, our server, who is now a friend of ours, and she ended up going down and talking to the manager because we got talking about the podcast, and we got the Horror Nights exclusive milkshake for free. I was like, that's not why I got talking about it. And she was like, it doesn't matter, it's fine. We got to meet the Tori, the chef who made it, and there's a picture up on our Instagram of it. That was so, I couldn't finish it. I was absolutely stuffed, but it was awesome.
And she was, one thing I'll always remember is she was so sweet because I was stuffed after that meal. And I was gutted because I really, really wanted the birthday cake dessert. And what she did was she went downstairs and brought me the tiny slice that goes on top of the milkshake. Yeah. But the chef had decorated the plate with the puree and the cream and stuff like that. And it was absolutely gorgeous, totally Instagram worthy. And they did that for me, so that little taste was just enough.
Yeah, I mean, the theme of the place is awesome. It stands out like a sore thumb on CityWalk, but in a good way. It's
amazing.
The theme inside, and we will have to at some point go down into the chocolatier place downstairs and get some of the chocolates and stuff, because we haven't done that. But I can understand, again, it's one of those places that if you're not into that type of thing, there's probably less options than somewhere else.
It's got a very large menu.
It's not as large as it was when it first opened.
But for me though, when you're when I'm lactose intolerant and slightly gluten intolerant as well, it limits you.
Yeah. But for people that don't have those limitations. It's actually
Oh,
probably
yeah.
the biggest menu of all of the restaurants on
And as I
CityWalk.
say, I know from when we started talking about when it first opened, when we talked about it in the podcast, the menu was way bigger than it
Oh,
is
it was
now.
huge,
They
wasn't
pared
it?
it back
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
They have, but it's still big. Like they have like an all-day brunch menu. They've got pastas, home style meal. I mean, it's huge. I actually had it at number 2.
Okay.
Cool.
Same as me.
It's one of those restaurants that I go to almost every time I go to Universal.
I like it, and this is my issue now. That Tracy's like, I'm not keen, but
Let's
I'm like,
go,
I go
though.
there every time. I really like it, and of course I want to.
The thing
Pop
is,
our
that's
head
fine.
in
We'll
and go
go
see
because
Lauren.
that gives me leverage for somewhere I want to go to.
I mean,
You're not
I
keen
don't
on.
know where are we going that I'm not keen on.
I'll find somewhere.
There isn't anywhere.
It'll be somewhere expensive.
The Palm.
Oh, we're going there?
No,
No, I don't want to go there.
Can we?
if you're paying, yes.
Right, I think we've done Toothsome to death there.
I like
let's
Toothsome a lot.
let's move on to number 2, which I'm quite upset about. Is Vivo, which is my number 1.
Spoilers. Chris had it at number 2 as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
I would have thought that he had that at number 1.
Really? No, I know what number is number 1 in this, and I expected that to be there.
Okay. I had it at actually number 6.
Wow. Yeah, I've got it at number 3. Yeah,
So it's probably mine that brought it down.
I love Vivo.
I know you do.
I just like the atmosphere. It's funny because the show that is out for Taste of Universal was talking about comfort food, and this is comfort food. And sometimes that's what you need. And we don't eat Italian. Well, we never go out for Italian here.
No.
And I'm too busy to start making lasagnas and stuff like that. I'll make basic Italian, but to have it, the first time I had,
The chicken parmigiana.
which was phenomenal. The flavors were amazing. And then I had the lasagna last time, and that was just...
That lasagna did look good.
Yeah, and it was so filling.
The bread service that you get beforehand's really good
Yeah.
as well.
Staff are all great.
We did get sat in a place the first time we went,
Yeah.
but that was our fault because, like, would you rather get seated like in the restaurant, or do you just want first table? And
We were
like, oh,
hungry.
we'll just take first
We
table.
were hungry.
So we got sat right in the door on like the big high tops.
But we weren't in the tent bit, though. We were actually in the building, but the door kept opening. And then people were waiting for the tables behind us.
Whereas last time we were right, if you walk in like the far right corner, right next to the kitchen, we had a great spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was entertaining.
The chicken ravioli the first time we went, it was very oily. It wasn't my thing. But then I just had the bog standard spaghetti and meatballs last time, and it was great.
They were great.
I like it a lot. And I think it's one of those, again, like we've talked about tonight, that, I mean, who doesn't like pasta or spaghetti? You can find, even kids eat spaghetti, you know what I mean? You could probably find even the fussiest person, as long as there's not an allergy thing there, could probably find something on that menu.
Yep. For me, it's just an Italian restaurant. Like, there really wasn't anything special about it that I couldn't get at any of my local Italian restaurants. And I don't know if that's a area thing, that I don't know what it is, but for me, I do love Italian, but I have to be in the mood for it because it tends to give me really bad heartburn from all the acid.
Yeah.
But I do like it. I do love pasta. But yeah, it just, I don't know. I don't see anything different from my local restaurants.
Yeah.
And that's the difference,
That's
that
fair
you
enough.
obviously go out for Italian a lot. We don't. So
We don't
it's
have
more
many
of
Italian
a...
choices, do we?
Well, we do.
Really?
Bella Italian.
That is not Italian.
Chain. We don't. It's not really like we don't.
That's
we
like
haven't got
calling McDonald's gourmet burgers.
anything round here that would be like a traditional Italian. It's chain Italian restaurants.
Oh, I don't even have chain Italian restaurants in
Yeah, we
my
do.
town. They're all, locally owned kind of small business places and very good.
And that's the thing
But-
about Vivo as well, is that all their pasta's made from scratch in the like.
Mhm.
I
I
definitely.
love how you can see it drying on
That's
the racks.
fun to watch.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
definitely
Yeah.
want to go back again. It's.
I would work
definitely
my way
high on my
through that
list.
menu.
Yeah.
And the wine list, because their wine is excellent.
And I know Chris and Alexa sing its praises all the time. They're like so shocked that we'd never been before. There's the Weekender. trip the first time
Yeah.
we went, wasn't it? The last one, yeah. 'Cause
Was that
it was
a-
freezing.
The first one wasn't the first time our anniversary dinner.
No, that was last year.
Was that last year?
Or
Was that
our
why I had fancy
anniversary
wine?
ones. No, because it was Tuesday. No,
Yeah, but we always, it doesn't matter what
Wednesday,
time of year, we always allocate an anniversary dinner.
I don't think we did. Because then when we went last year, we went to the pass holder opening of the Green and Red Coconut Club and then ducked out to go to Vivo
Mm-hmm.
and then had to go back in to meet Chris because he was like, oh, I'm not that far away. And then 2 hours later, he still hadn't turned up.
That doesn't sound like
It doesn't,
Chris.
does it? I mean, yeah, he's always on time. Isn't that right, Chris? Oh, yeah, you're not here, are you?
You leave Pegleg Chris alone.
He won't listen. Oh, man, to be fair, Alexa probably will. She'll be herself now.
Oh.
But yes, I like Vivo. It was a really good addition to CityWalk, and it's somewhere I wish we'd tried earlier now.
Yeah. And it's always busy.
Yeah, and it's one of them we've had
But they're all
good
always busy.
experiences both times. I think nearly every other restaurant we've had a dodgy experience
you've
at
done
least
it
once.
now.
Nah,
Oh,
Done
you better
it
knock
now.
on some wood.
Uh,
Good job.
there you go.
right, well, moving swiftly on before it can tempt fate anymore. Let's discuss our number one,
Dun, 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 dun.
Which
I'm
is-
not surprised about this in the slightest.
which is Cowfish.
Of course it is.
I'm guessing that's your number one.
Yes, that was my number
Of
one.
course it was.
Mine too.
And Chris had it at number one also, which
I did-
doesn't surprise
And
me.
I did number two.
Yeah, it's funny that the worst experience at a restaurant, not just at Universal, ever, anywhere in the
That includes
world,
nearly being stabbed on our very first date.
in the history of our lives, the worst experience in a restaurant we've ever had is now your number two and my number one.
It is
Yep.
one of my favourite memories, though, the aftermath.
Oh, without
Yeah,
a doubt. It's
I am
yeah.
still so proud
It's
of how
such a
I did
story.
that. That was amazing.
But-
yeah.
Again, Michelle, you talked about how big the menu at Toothsome is. This menu is massive.
It's big too. Yeah.
And
There's not as much variety.
No, that's true.
but it is a big menu. Especially if you like sushi.
Tracy.
That's all right.
So we've eaten here once, twice, 3, 4 times.
Yes, 4 times.
So the first
Twice
time
in
we
the
went with Darren
patio.
and Nina.
Yeah.
Then we went with Darren, Nina, and Chris and Alexa.
Yeah, inside.
And then the 2 kids, Chris and Alexa,
Andrew.
and Andrew.
I don't think I've eaten there with you.
No.
No.
We haven't eaten many places on CityWalk with you. But,
then the
last
Aiellos.
time with
Mm-mm.
Mike and Summer Aiello.
I love Cowfish. I don't eat real regular sushi, but the fusion sushi, the cheese burgushi.
Yes.
Oh my god, it's so good.
Yes.
I'm
Go on.
I usually order like the giant platter just to myself. But I've decided that next time I am just going to order.
I like
few-
a combination of stuff.
Yeah, because I want to try some of the other stuff as well.
Because you even said,
Yeah.
Mike and Summer got the Brussels sprouts. Now, the Brussels
they were
sprouts, I don't
amazing.
care what the hell you do with them. I'm not eating them.
They
But
were-
you said they were fantastic,
they were.
didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
Michelle, you are right. That the all-American cheeseburgushi when we were... Oh, my God.
Uh-huh.
Oh, my God. It is so good. And
So good.
I am not a sushi fan. Like normal sushi, I just find it bland and tasteless, to be fair. But that stuff was so good.
Mm-hmm. And then I usually get a edamame before with extra salt on it. Love it.
And then I think we did our live review. When we went back, it was Darren that talked us into going back again, wasn't it?
It was.
And I got the Cowfish has left the building. So it's like a banana, peanut butter. It's like an Elvis burger, basically.
Burger.
It's
Yeah.
massive. Chris always jokes that I had some, Tracy had some more, Chris had a bite, and it still looked like there was still half of it left. It was that big.
Yeah, they're so big. And if you order the Bloody Mary there, it is akin to Toothsome's milkshakes.
Wow.
It is huge and has all kinds of stuff sticking out of it. And it has a beef jerky straw.
Okay. I still think it is one of those places, kind of like what we berated Antojitos for, depending on where you are and how busy it is. It's very loud.
Yeah.
Where we were sat with Mike and Summer upstairs, I felt that was very loud.
It was.
Yet
Really? I've never had a loud experience.
Really?
there.
We were right next to the bar as well.
Yeah, it was really noisy. But then the first time we went, we were out on the patio. The second time we were downstairs in the middle section. That was all right, but it was like around lunchtime. And then when we were there with Andrew and Chris and Alexa and the kids, we were outside on the patio again. So it can be loud depending on... I mean, it's a busy place. It's rare that it's quiet.
Mm.
But for such a busy place, the service is pretty fast.
It is.
Now.
Yeah. Yes, there was a lot of issue with the fries coming out cold. I know when it first up. Well, we know. Go back and listen to that episode. Our experience was horrendous. We were there for 2.5 hours. And it was 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
I can be there that long, but only because I'm having so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it wasn't
enjoying myself.
That. We were literally 2.5 hours and the place was empty. We had to... I'm not going back through it again.
No.
You've probably all heard it.
Yeah, now it's wonderful.
Yeah.
I love it. We go there every time. I can't even count on my hands how many times I've been there now, just because we just have to go.
That's the issue when you get it. This is why we tend to miss places, because you get those ones that it's like, oh, we don't get to go that often, and you're so hard pressed to, like, if we might not be back next year. We have to go to Cowfish or we have to go to Vivo, and you end up. This is why that suggestion of coming up with lists of things we haven't done and then pushing ourselves to go and do those things that we haven't done is such a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Because
I keep saying
difficult.
We should do 2 or 3.
We did when we were last time, didn't we? Because we did Finnegan's for the first time last time. We'd never been. To be fair, there isn't that many restaurants that we haven't been to at this point. I mean, the hotel ones are probably the biggest ones we haven't been to, because we've only really eaten at like 3, I think. Kitchen, Amatista, Strongwater, Pier 8, Islands Dining. That's it.
Do you like Islands Dining?
So it's
good.
It's not one. We couldn't really rank the hotel restaurants because there's so many of them we haven't tried.
Well,
yeah,
we gotta add them to our list.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, they're there. So what's the list?
So the list is from 8 to 1: Bob Marley's, BigFire, Pat O'Brien's, MBC, Antojitos, Toothsome, Vivo, and Cowfish.
Yeah,
that sounds pretty fair.
Yeah, I think
that sounds fair. Yeah.
It's not that I feel like it shouldn't be that low, but BigFire is the one that kind of I look at and think I want it to be higher because it promised so much more.
Yeah.
I'd be really interested to see what your take is on it, Michelle.
I know. Next time I go, I'll keep my reservation this time.
Yeah.
You know what helps is Chris is old enough to stay at the hotel now. Like whenever she brings a friend, they can just stay.
Yeah.
And Audrey and I can go try it and it'll be fine.
Yeah, it'd be interested to see how you get on with it. To put it this way, our experiences, like none of our experiences have been that bad that I wouldn't want to go back again.
No.
There's nowhere on CityWalk that we've had an experience recently that's made me go, I'm not going back there again.
No. You're correct.
Anywhere on property, to be fair, at this point.
That's true.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm quite happy with that list. It's a shame, like we say, we're missing Chris to talk about a lot of the ones that he would have gushed way more than we would have done about.
Yes.
But yeah,
when he's back, maybe he can give us a brief rundown
maybe.
of what his thoughts are on each one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He should be back next week, I guess.
I hope so.
I hope so.
Unless he's had his leg amputated. I don't know.
I wonder if any of our listeners are upset by any of these rankings or, like if they've tried BigFire and it's their favorite. I'd like to know that.
Yeah.
And what they
Absolutely.
eat that is so amazing. Like convince me to go there. Convince me to move these restaurants up my list.
So I'm going to have to do it now, Anna. So like we do for Horror Nights every year, those 8 restaurants, listeners, send in your ranking and I'll put together a listener's ranking as well, because then maybe we can do the listener ranking and then let Chris kind of talk about each one himself as well. Yeah. So that email address is podcast@uuopodcast.com and rank them, those 8 from 8 to 1, and I'll put that together.
And if you haven't been to any, like we haven't been to Bob Marley's, You know, it's quite far. It's quite okay to put them at the bottom.
Oh,
It
just
doesn't mean
have
that
a
you
look at
rank
the
them.
menu and yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, yeah, sounds good. Right. Well, I guess that's it then. I'm going to wrap the podcast up. Now, don't forget, we want you to let us know how bad Fast and Furious Supercharged is by submitting your fun facts about just how bad it is. And get them to us at podcast@uuopodcast.com. But until next week, bye-bye.
Are you insane? Get out of here. The curse, it's real. The podcast is over. So, the Magi want you to check us out on Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, TikTok, and Pinterest. Just search UUO Podcast. For all the podcast news and articles, check out our blog at uuopodcast.com. Contact us by emailing us at podcast@uuopodcast.com. And if you want to join the Producers Club, email us at uuopproducers@gmail.com. Silence! With your subscriptions, we shall rule for all eternity. Listen and subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and everywhere else podcasts are found. Not even the Magi can save you now. There is no escape. Your end shall be my beginning. Prepare yourself for your next trip by emailing Michelle at portkeyvacations.com. She can take care of all aspects of your next Universal Orlando vacation. We hope you enjoyed your podcast. Please remain seated and keep your arms and legs inside the prepare to forfeit your souls. Check out the other podcasts on the UUOP network. Rush of Fear, Halloween Horror Nights podcast, the theme park duo for all your West Coast news and info, and the Taste of Universal, Universal Orlando food podcast. So hey, welcome back. Hope you enjoyed the podcast. I would have enjoyed this podcast a lot more if I had gotten my cup of coffee.